I'm making a baby girl's dress out of this beautiful lace and satin fabric. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut out cutting out the back and the front pieces, the lining pieces. I'm cutting it out. So now I am cutting out the lining, going around the measured pattern. Okay, so this is what I have so far. See, it's coming out already. So what I'm going to do is do the same thing. I'm going to put this on the side. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the back piece. Okay, cut out the lining as well. Then once I'm done with that, I will measure out the flare part of the dress. And then start the sewing. Okay, move this down so you can see. Okay, cutting that part out. That's the sleeve. Cutting out the neck piece as well. Okay. Cutting it now nice and slow. Okay. Now I have the other piece as well. Now just because this is a lining, this is a base lining, I'm also going to cut out another lining that I'm going to use to close it up. And then I will putting this to the side. So I have my front folded. Then I have my back as well. So I'm going to place both of them on the sides, and I'll cut out the lining for the inside. Then I'll cut out the flared part of the dress. Okay, so now I am going to cut out the flared part for from the waist down. Now I'm using a measurement of 12. Now what I'm going to do is, because I already have 5, 6 for the top, so I'm going to measure out what's left for the bottom part, including the sewing allowance, which will be 1 inch. So I have, how many inches do I have here? So I have about 8 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut from right here. That will be 8 inches. Now for the waist around, because I'm using a measurement of 19, now I'm going to add 1 inch to it as well. That will be, so that will make it 20. So because I'm using that, I'm going to double my fabric before cutting it out. So because the waist in front is 10, I am going to double that by 2, which will be 20. And for both front and the back, that will be 40. So I can even add a little extra to it if I want. So I'm just gonna make it 44 all around for the flared fabric part. And I am going to go ahead and cut out what I need. So I am cutting out 8. Here we go. So I have the front part match with the back, front and back together. Okay, already pinned together. The same thing for this other side. Now, okay, we are getting somewhere. I'm going to take out my pin. All right. Now I'm also going to do the same thing for the lining before I join it together. Put that over there. for this other side as well. Now I am going to iron both sides, then have it faced opposite way, then sew it together. Okay, and I am going to turn it inside out. To do the same thing on the other side. Here's my neck. I'm going to do the same thing. All right. So now I am going to cut this into two. I'm going to open up the back just so it'll be easier for me to turn it around. As you can see, I already sewn everything together inside out. I connected the back with the front. The back with the front. Okay. So I'm going to turn this inside out. Oops, I have a pin in there. Okay. Alright, if you can see it, I have it turned out inside out already. Now, one thing that you want to do to get rid of this fold, to prevent that part, is you want to go back inside and just create a couple of notches at the neck area, just a few notches all around to kind of ease to loosen up the neck area, the folding. That will prevent the folding that you see right there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go all around and do that to feel the neck. By the time I'm ready to iron, even without ironing it, you can kind of see the difference between when I just showed you earlier and now. I'm going to do the same thing all around. Now I'm going to go ahead and iron, and we will be ready to place the flare on the bottom of it and join the sides. It's looking so beautiful.
Fine punching bob game.
Now that's my taller in the background.
Fine punching bots game.
Okay, now I am joining the sides, and cutting out the beads because I do not want my needle to break. So that's out. Cutting that. You see, joined nice and neatly. Okay. Okay. Same thing is done to the other side. Now what I want to do with this part, I am going to close it just because if I want to put like buttons or anything or zipper. I have actually for baby dress we use, I keep saying zippers just because I'm used to like putting zippers on dresses. So but I'm going to close this back part for buttons and so it can be nice and clean. Yep, before I iron. Ouch. Okay. All right. So again, I am going to iron, cut out what I do not need. Look guys, we are almost there. Isn't this looking so pretty? The strand to the dress, and you can see I'm sewing down 1 inch in and 1 inch out. So what I'm going to do is now put the flare part of the dress, the rest of the bottom of the dress. I am going to go ahead and say I have it here. I have the lace with the lining, and I'm going to go ahead and join that to the dress by forming some sort of a gathers or pleats. I am going to go and pleat it down and do it all the way to the other side of the dress. And all right, I'm going to keep on going all the way down. So I'm going to do this all around. And so I'm going to take the fabric that I cut into the small shape, and I'm going to fold it into two. I'm going to double fold it again like this. And I have the other strand. And what I'm going to do is gather it up together in the middle like this. Then go over it. Go around it like this to create my bow. So again, I have my fabric folded into two. Then I have the little piece of the bias tip that I cut out. I have the little piece, and I'm going to go in the middle, sew it down in the middle. Got it up together. And if you have another way of making a bow, do share. But yeah, this is how I make my bow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sew this part also down. It's just quick and easy for me this way. There are other methods of creating a bow, but this is how I. Uh-oh, that's out. Okay. Okay. So I have my cute little bow for the dress. There we go. So I'm going to cut this and use it to sew it to the dress. Cut this part and sew the other part to the dress. Guys, kindly let me know if I should make more video of making baby dresses. And don't forget to subscribe. Kindly share your thoughts and your ideas with me. Let me know if I should keep more of this. Comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Till next time.